Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla News, episode 218. And yes, I am on the road again. This time I'm in China shooting videos for my upcoming YouTube channel, Best in Tech. But we have got a lot of great news to go through around Tesla, Elon Musk, SpaceX making history again, and we got Volkswagen numbers out. And yeah, they're not catching up with Tesla. And Elon Musk is saying that AI will be more intelligent than any one human already next year. All of this and much more in today's episode. Let's dive right in.
Let's put our living stereo stylus in this groove.
Elon Musk held an event at SpaceX talking about all the achievements they have done. But Elon also came with some of his out-of-the-world predictions. He thinks there is an 80 to 90% chance that SpaceX will catch one of their boosters with the tower this year. This will be the most mind-blowing things we have ever seen. The biggest flying object in the world will be catched by some huge chopsticks. This will be crazy, and we get to witness that this year, or maybe the beginning of the next year. We are truly living in an amazing time. One thing I think many people underestimate is just how much SpaceX has learned from their hundreds of flights and landings. It's like with Tesla that has 6 million vehicles collecting data for full self-driving and has an unassailable lead in data collection. SpaceX has the same kind of advantage when it comes to rockets. No one else has the amount of data as SpaceX has with all their flights. They are even more dominating in the space industry than Tesla is in the electric vehicle market. If everything goes according to plan for SpaceX this year, Elon expects SpaceX to deliver about 90% of all payload to orbit. This is just nuts. The company that old heroes like Neil Armstrong said should not be allowed to operate is now the all-dominating force in the world and has even put the US back on the map when it comes to the space industry. And when Starship is flying, SpaceX will do like 99% of payload to orbit, according to Elon. Insane. And Elon think they will be able to demonstrate a refilling in orbit next year as well. Elon and his companies are truly making the future exciting.
And before we continue with more news stories, I just want to make a quick shout out here. They are not sponsoring this video, but I did get them to give me an affiliate link because I wanted to become an ambassador for this product. Because I have just got home from a week of shooting videos up in Finland for my upcoming YouTube channel Best in Tech. And this product has been absolutely awesome. It's called Native. It's a next generation thermal base layer. They are made with this 3D printed applied into the weaving, making it completely seamless and making the fabric consist of millions of small holes that makes it highly ventilated, light and ultra flexible. I have never felt anything like this. It is so light and flexible, you don't really feel like you're wearing anything. There is no resistance. You have 100% freedom of movement even though it fits tight to your body completely. There is just no resistance, and that is what a good base layer are supposed to do, right? Cover your body completely to make the moisture from your skin go to the outside of the fabric and then evaporate. And this fabric does exactly that, but without any compromises on your movement or feeling like you're being choked. The thousands of small holes from the 3D printed mesh of this fabric is made of the best ventilated merino wool and 3% silver I has ever tried before. I used the whole week up in Finland and the thermal regulation was just beyond anything I have ever tried before, and it never smelled. The engineering that went into this piece of clothes is quite amazing. I was really blown away by this product. It is 100% made in Italy, not made in China like most others. This is made in Italy from recycled materials. I can highly recommend you to try out Native if you, like me, love to get out in nature and know you're wearing something that will make sure you are perfectly thermally regulated. If you want yours, I have a link down below. Go nuts, my friends. And let's get back to the news.
And we continue to hear about the demand problem. But before you sell all your Tesla stock and scream, "The end is near," remember, this is nothing new. Short sellers has been saying this for years. Basically every year Tesla has a demand problem. So if this growth is having a demand problem, I have no problem with the demand problem. Because here are just a few headlines from 2018 to 2021. Tesla ramp up production in 2018, but analysts say demand may be slowing. Or this one from 2019. Tesla Model 3 drives off a demand cliff. Or this one from 2020. Tesla sales has fallen off a cliff in Europe's greenest car market in 2020. Or this one from 2021. Tesla stocks plummet as report shows China orders drop by half. Sounds scary, right? Well, it was all just BS. Nothing these headlines has said came true. So as you can see, the so-called analysts have been saying demand has been slowing since 2018. Well, Tesla sales have increased 7-fold since 2018. So this is nothing new. Every little thing the short sellers can cling to show the demand is slowing down, like this one quarter we have just been through, they will share it with the world as the truth. Look, we have been saying it for years. Yes, you have been saying it for years and have been wrong for years. And that is not going to change. Because here in my little area of the world, it is so funny to hear all of these short sellers and analysts trying to say there is a demand problem and plug-in hybrids are the new thing. Because Norway is basically already all BEV sales. And the fleet on the road is supposed to soon overtake diesel and petrol cars. So not in new sales, but the fleet on the road. And remember, next year they will even ban ICE cars altogether. And no, it is not the plug-in hybrid that has taken over in Norway or the rest of Scandinavia. Like here in my country, the best-selling car model in Q1 of 2024 is still Tesla's Model Y. But the third place went to Tesla's Model 3. Oh yes, it is taking off once again with the new refreshed Model 3. And we are even getting a new model of the Model 3 here in Denmark. Customers in Denmark now have even more options to choose from after Tesla added a new variant of the Model Y. A Model Y long range with a rear-wheel drive, with the price starting at 385,000 Danish crowns, or almost $4,000 cheaper than the other all-wheel drive long-range version. And it has a range of 600 kilometers WLTP instead of the 533 kilometers. And the 0 to 100 kilometers is 5.9 seconds instead of 5 seconds as before. So I think this is a very good move from Tesla, making the beloved long-range model even cheaper for the people that don't really care about the acceleration and four-wheel drive. But it is not only in Denmark, it is also available in Austria, Czechia, Finland, Germany, Belgium, Luxembourg, Switzerland, Spain, Portugal, Norway, Sweden, Iceland, Italy, Greece, Poland, Slovenia, Romania and Hungary. And we can see that Q1 BEV's market share here in my country was 40%, and in March it was even 42%, and in 2022 it was only 20%. That is a doubling in 2 years. If that continues, it's all over for the ICE industry in my country as well in only a couple of years. And again, no, it is not hybrids that are taking over, like the legacy automakers wants everyone to believe, because they can't keep up with Tesla and the Chinese in BEVs. But in countries like here in Scandinavia, where electric vehicle penetration is high, hybrids are not really a big thing anymore. In my country, it accounts for about 5%. People that say hybrids are the future are just kidding themselves. And companies like Ford that are now starting to say it are just trying to trick you into buying their ICE vehicle with a tiny little battery inside. But the battery and pollution. Yes, if you still believe that crap, you should watch my video, The Materials We Mine, because that argument is so stupid it's beyond words. ICE cars versus BEV uses 300 to 400 times more resources. That is transport and environment that is saying that. This is not some company with a hidden agenda trying to twist things. This is simply just the facts. So hybrids will never survive in the long run. I have said it before, it is like pissing your pants. It might feel good and seems like a good choice for Ford right now, but I think it's a fatal mistake long term, as they will get even further behind in the race for the car of the future. And EVs in Europe are still looking good. Tesla is still the best-selling EV brand or group, take your pick, and have the 2 best-selling EV models in Europe as well. But we were told just 3 years ago that Tesla sales had dropped off a cliff in Europe. But that was nothing but BS, as you can see. Just like the slowdown in EV is the new trend, and EV will go away and hybrids will take over and Tesla is doomed. And the competition, well, it has never been further away in Europe than they are now, as not even the entire Volkswagen group can beat Tesla anymore.
And speaking of the Volkswagen Group, they also just came out with the Q1 delivery numbers, and it seems like it's not just Tesla that was down in Q1.
As Volkswagen's sales of electric vehicles fell by 24% in Europe in Q1 and fell 3% worldwide. But of course Yahoo had to make this headline: Volkswagen electric car sales plunge as Europe returns to petrol. Oh, no, Yahoos. Europe is not returning to petrol. What a stupid headline. This article will look very stupid by the end of this year. But anyway, all the mainstream medias made it sound like Tesla was the only automaker that was down in Q1. But as Elon said, Q1 was tough for everyone. BYD was also down in Q1. And here are the Volkswagen Group's numbers in BEV sales. Year over year, the Volkswagen brand was down 2.3%, Skoda was down 12.3%, Seat Cupra was down 24%, Audi was actually up 3%, but Porsche was down 52.9%. Sequentially, Volkswagen's brand were down 43%, Skoda down 48%, Seat Cupra down 38%, Audi down 34%, Porsche down 67%. And as AJ also wrote on X, Volkswagen Group's Audi and Porsche brand, which are critical to Volkswagen Group's cash generation, have seen 4.5 and 3.9% year-on-year sales decline in Q1 2024 compared to Q1 2023. Audi and Porsche sales are so important to Volkswagen Group since a single Audi or Porsche sales generates somewhere between 5 to 25 times more earnings than sales of any of Volkswagen Group's other volume brands. So everyone from Europe here, it was down in Q1, as we can also see on Alex's charts here. But before you start screaming, look, BEVs are down. No, this is just one tough quarter, and Volkswagen actually saw BEV orders intake in Western Europe more than double compared to the same period last year. Double up on orders. Yeah, that sounds like it's going down, right? And the entire Volkswagen Group sold 136,400 BEVs. So, guess we can look back at Bloomberg's intelligence that made this headline only 2 years ago, that thought Volkswagen would overtake Tesla in 2024. I did call BS on that in 2022, but now I think it's pretty clear to say that Bloomberg was clearly wrong and I was right on this one. We can see that Volkswagen is not getting any closer to Tesla. Tesla continues to pull away, selling almost 3 times as many EVs in Q1 than the entire Volkswagen Group globally. And let's squeeze in the last short news topics into this news show.
Yes, it's time for the Tesla Shorts.
Elon was on a podcast on X talking about AI, and Elon said, AI is the fastest advancing technology I have seen of any kind, and I have seen a lot of technologies. AI increasing in capabilities by a factor of 10 every year, if not every 6 to 9 months. My guess is we'll have AI smarter than any one human probably around the end of next year. Scary. And BMW's BEV sales reached a new all-time high of 394,000 in 12 months to March 2024. So Tesla's bad quarter is what BMW does in a year. But still, very good numbers from BMW compared to many of the other legacy automakers. Even though looking at trailing 12 months, we can see their growth is slowing down, even though their basis is not that high. And BYD expects decreasing profits margins in 2024 from intensifying price war in China. Yes, we could see a few local bankruptcies during 2024 as China's price war are clearing up the weakest in the market. And we got to see Patrolman Petro commandeer Bradford's Cybertruck.
Oh, yes.
And it looked like he really enjoyed it. And speaking of the Cybertruck, Sandy Munro is tearing it apart, and we saw that the battery pack is only like half full. So Tesla could easily have made a 500-mile Cybertruck if they had gone the GM way and just jammed in some more batteries. But as Tesla has explained, majority of people will never use all of that range, and then they will just carry all that extra weight around for no reason. So for the few people that really need it, they can just add the range extender package. And Sandy Munro was very impressed with the Cybertruck.
So the big thing about this truck is similar to what we saw in the Model Y, in that the seats, the carpet, and some of the other paraphernalia like the center console and whatnot, they all get loaded in at the same time. By my reckoning, doing things this way saves assembly line costs of somewhere between $600,000 and $800,000 by using this idea. Now, I don't know why it is that we never thought about this before, loading the floor in at the same time as the seats and whatnot. But my guess is it's because of unibody. Because we kept going with unibody, because no one ever challenged unibody, something that was done in the 50s, we never really thought that hard about what could be done as opposed to what we were told to do. So at the end of the day, this idea right here is brilliant as far as I'm concerned. This is pretty damn good from an assembly standpoint. Maybe we have to pull back some cables or something, but this is really, really well designed, and I give Tesla a lot of credit. This is magnificent. This is a great, great design. So anyhow, we'll be talking to you more about what goes on next, but we thought we'd give you a little treat and show you what happens on how to get the battery pack out of the way and how much easier it is to do this type of a design versus anything else that anybody's got.
And mainstream media is trying to say the Cybertruck is not for women. But then the woman in the studio is saying she would like the Cybertruck.
Find me that soccer mom. I'm all for it.
Here's why the Cybertruck is the perfect mom and family car.
Find me that soccer.
Here's why the Cybertruck is the perfect mom and family car.
Find me that soccer.
Here's why the Cybertruck is the perfect mom and family car.
So that felt really embarrassing, and I guess they are not watching Best in Tesla, as I did show last week that a mom did call this the best badass mom car. And we have heard Tesla bulls saying that the Cybertruck is a flop. I mean, what planet are they living on? It is the most sought after vehicle for the celebrities, and the reviews are off the chart. This will be a great success, they just need to ramp it up. And I think those comments will not age very well. And to all the people that have been screaming for the last couple of years that Elon is hurting the Tesla brand, stop posting. Well, take a look at the facts and not your feelings, and you will see Tesla has the highest brand retention of any automaker. So Tesla is by far the car maker that has the most returning customers in the US. Ooh, the trouble Tesla is having. Elon, please post some more. And one man that was very thankful that Tesla offered the full self-driving version 12 as a trial was Max Paul Franklin, as he shared his crazy story on X. On April the 1st, Tesla unlocked full self-driving capabilities for all Tesla vehicles in America. In the moment of dire need at 2 a.m. the following morning, I found myself grappling with a severe dehydration and blood glucose level of 670 due to a malfunction in my insulin pump. With no time to spare, I turned to my Model Y for assistance, engaged the new full self-driving features with a simple double-click on the steering column stock. I was astounded by the result. Without any intervention, the car skillfully navigated the 13 miles journey from my home to the VA emergency room, offering to automatically park upon arrival and let me seek immediate medical attention. Great story, and Elon also shared it on X. Yes, a story like this will just make people like Dan or Dawn look even more stupid. Tesla software is dangerous. No, it is saving lives. And Arash made a great video this week, absolutely amazing. I will leave a link to it down below so you can watch the whole thing, because there is music on the video, so I don't think I can share it here on my channel without getting a copyright strike. But he get his father to get the free trial of the full self-driving version 12, and his father tries full self-driving for the first time and is just amazed. But then it does a mistake in a very difficult U-turn kind of a thing it had to do, but then they tried to do it the day after, and it nailed it perfectly 2 times, even with a jogger passing by and the oncoming vehicle in this weird turn. So it learned how to do this turn in just 1 day. The speed of progress here is just unlike anything I have ever seen before, with no over-the-air update. This is really gonna take off, just like the miles driven on full self-driving. And Tesla showed off their new Model S Plaid sport seats. Looks really nice and look a bit like the Model 3 ludicrous seats we have been seeing, just with the plaid picture in the neck instead of the ludicrous picture. So they are probably the same. And the monster meets the beast. Now that is a very good fit. And the good thing for Tesla compared to the legacy automaker is that Tesla has so many new markets they can enter. And Morten shared this video of the first Model 3 and Model Y to arrive in Chile. Nice. And Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares was out crying once again this week, warning Italy that if they start getting Chinese car production into the country, this could force some tough decisions for Stellantis, including plant closure. The Italian government has said it is in talk with Tesla and the Chinese automakers, including Chery Auto, to attract one of them to manufacture in Italy. But Carlos doesn't like it. He doesn't like competition, as he knows this will hurt them badly. And Tesla Megapack wrote on X, during today's solar eclipse, more than 10 Megapack sites operating in ERCOT help fill the more than 1 gigawatt energy void, ensuring the grid remains stable during the 4+ minutes disrupted of solar irradiance to solar site across Texas. Nice. And yet another full self-driving case that once again showed that Tesla's full self-driving was not at fault. Tesla has settled the 2018 case of the fatal autopilot accident involving Walter Hong. A National Transportation Safety Board investigation found that Hong was likely distracted by playing a video game on his smartphone when his Model X crashed into a concrete highway barrier. Yes, you have to remember you're still 100% responsible for your car, no matter if you're driving or it's on full self-driving. It is not a robotaxi. Not yet, anyway. And Tesla's prefabricated supercharger unit can go online 4 days after being delivered. Now that is pretty amazing. The company released a video showcasing how it managed to speed up the deployment of version 3 and version 4 superchargers in the US, and Tesla already has 2,300 prefabricated chargers in the US. How many does the competition have? Oh, none, as no one else has this. And before we end off with a bit of fun, I just want to give a huge shout out and thanks to all the supporters of this channel that makes this possible. Thank you.
And let's end off with a bit of fun.
Some better tell Elon Musk that he mixed up the Tesla and SpaceX software update. You got to admit, this new self-parking feature is impressive.
That is all we have time for in this news show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help this video out a lot so others can find it on YouTube. And if you did like it, maybe you want to consider hitting that subscribe button, notification bell, so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one.
And if you're already a subscriber to the channel, thank you so much for the support. But if you want to support the channel even more, remember you can, for as little as $1, become a patron of this channel or become a member of the YouTube channel to get a shout out as some extra perks like early access, ad-free versions of my videos, exclusive videos. So hit the members button or check out Patreon to find out more. And don't forget to follow me on X. I post pretty much all the news as it comes out and a lot more. And check out the merch store to get some merchandise and support the show. It is also possible to support the show without becoming a member or a patron. There is a donation option down below or on my website bestintesla.com. You can also become an executive producer and get news articles, exclusive videos, behind the scenes, and access to all my research charts and spreadsheet also on bestintesla.com, or as simple as hitting the super like button.
And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.